So, going off of my last video about how Smash JT is an absolute piece of shit human being, which he continues to be, by the way. The Tamagotchi life controversy with these Neanderthals definitely was to no surprise. But if I made a video every time him specifically had a bad sexist and racist take, my channel would just be about him. So instead, I'm going to make this video to kind of end off my thoughts on these types of people in general. Like, to the whole point where there's a whole subreddit for these type of people that other people, more sensible people, get to point and laugh at for being grifters. People who have such a hate boner for Nintendo, and especially modern Nintendo, that they will do everything in their power to make a video about Nintendo and how much that everything that they do is a mistake. Every decision that the company makes is some sort of mistake, and it's being ruined, and they're gonna flop, and whatever. Even though the numbers say otherwise, and Nintendo has not actually actually lost any favorability towards the majority of people. Only just a small group of lobotomized apes that this group is. So I'm just gonna scroll through the subreddit real quick, just to give an idea of the type of people that the subreddit is pointing out, and then we're just gonna again talk about these things. So like this weird straw man of people fries sell a lot, so that must mean people love French fries. Knocking on the point of a lot of Nintendo Switch 2s have been sold. I don't even understand what this guy's trying to do. Like, yes, people like fries. That's why they buy them. People buy Nintendo Switch 2 because they liked it. Like, we're really stretching here. Another bad Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase 2026. Nintendo admits Nintendo 2 sales are bad. Games and console losing players. Which, not true. Just like, okay, going with the second one first. Just like how Square had their own projections on Final Fantasy VII Remake that it didn't meet. Nintendo said the same thing. But not even to that degree. They're just like, things have been slightly weaker outside of Japan, but again, sales numbers are still amazing. Like, obviously a business wants to sell more. Let's talk about the people who think that the Nintendo Direct was bad, the most recent one of me recording this. It was a partner showcase. It wasn't a Direct meant to wow you. It wasn't a Direct that is meant to show off the newest things and be like the E3 of Nintendo Directs. It is in the title. It's a partner showcase. You're not going to get any first party titles, and the chances are you're even going to get anything new, like super fresh, new, never talked about, is very slim. Because it's just a showcase. People who think it's going to be anything great is full of delusion, and people like that guy just use that as fuel for their hate. For this post, Nintendo intentionally missed every shot in the Resident Evil announcement to keep it family friendly. With Dextro really pushing that narrative for some reason, because Dextro definitely tries to be unbiased, at least for what I've seen. But certain shows need to have a certain rating. It's not because Nintendo is a family-friendly console 100% of the time and they're trying to keep a squeaky clean image, because we know they sell M-rated games. But the show itself, the Nintendo Direct, is a G to PG show. So they really can't show too much. Unless if they deliberately put out a rated PG-13 or rated R style show to show off all the M-rated gore. So even if they intentionally missed the shots to make it family friendly, that's what the Nintendo show is supposed to be like. They could describe, hey, this is an M-rated game and this has M-rated features, but we're not going to show all the M-rated things. Like, I feel like this is another time of desensitization of, like, Nintendo obviously doesn't want to show everything that makes the game M-rated, while pairing it with, you know, things that a younger audience would like to play as well. Like, there is a balance. That was the worst Nintendo Direct ever. It's a partner showcase. Every Direct is the worst Nintendo Direct to these types of people, because it's not announcing the exact thing that they wanted. Like, just like how that Reddit poster said, Nintendo fans when no new Mario or Zelda gets announced. People have way too high of hopes for every single Direct, and there's no reason for that, especially when it's a partner showcase. Like, oh my god. And just to really show how bad grifters are, you know how Iwata is beloved, even though, you know, he is the one who really pushed towards having the Wii U be what it is, and it flopped. 12 years ago, Save Nintendo, fire Iwata. There's people who are like this, which really goes to show that these grifters should not be taken seriously whatsoever. I am speaking out against these absolute troglodytes because I feel like I still need to be a voice of reason, even though my videos will find the wrong crowd and will find the people who are brainwashed into believing anything that some piece of shit says, just like Smash JT. But these types of grifters are the minority. These types of people are not the fan base, and people need to stop giving these people views. And if people relate to these types of people, then everybody in their life should shun them, because you don't want that kind of idiocy around you. You could have opinions on things. You could have your own thoughts. But when you are so lost that you have to hate everything a company comes out, why pay attention to the company anymore? Why do you care anymore? Like, not every decision that you disagree with is the worst thing ever, and everybody who was a part of that decision should be fired. Like, that's you are being extreme, and you're being hateful for no reason. And that also goes back to talking about Iwata. So people like Smash JT got mad that there was, you know, inclusion with Tomodachi Life, as if it affects you in any way, shape, or form. And the funny thing is that Smash JT, which I'm not going to give him any views, he doesn't deserve the views, he doesn't deserve his fame, and how he has it is way beyond me. But his thumbnail of the new president with devil horns is so disingenuous. It's so douchey. When she just became president, Tomodachi Life has been in development for years, and Iwata himself, the people that these new age grifters praise, he's the one who was pushing for these inclusive ideas of relationships having no boundaries, with having non-binary as a option for your gender. And while, like, I am, you know, cis straight white male, I just wouldn't choose the non-binary option, and then my game is not affected. Like, to these types of people, pushing an agenda is just treating everybody equally. You don't like a group of people, and you don't want them to exist. That's what the crux of the issue is. Now, like what I've said in previous videos, I don't like extremists on either side. It goes from one side, extremists calls everybody racist and sexist, even if they're not, and the other extreme side is just racist and sexist because they are. Like, we have extremes, and it sucks that I try to avoid talking politics, but it sucks that the video games have been so entrenched with politics where a developer can't do a goddamn thing without being politically scrutinized and criticized because they're not left enough or they're not right enough. When a developer could just make a fucking game that they want and tell the story that they want or have mechanics that they want, as long as it's fun and like I understand, you know, ideas and it being done non-tactfully in a very piss-poor way, but just having options in a game is not pushing any agendas. Which, this idea of, you know, how extreme people are with left and right is a very American thing, and this is a game made by a Japanese company. Tomodachi Life developers are Japanese. The life simulation game was produced by Yoshio Sakamoto and published by Nintendo. Japanese developer. So you're making America's political issues and you're dragging a Japanese developed game through it, through your American super extreme political view mindset. Like, America isn't center of the world, even though it might feel like it right now because, you know, but other places exist, and it's not all about you. All right, just let developers make what they want, and people will vote for their wallet or for their wallet with their wallet. That's the great thing about the free market. If people didn't like it, if people didn't want it, then people wouldn't buy it. And go woke, go broke isn't a good phrase because plenty of woke games have totally blew numbers. Biggest example of recent years is Baldur's Gate 3, with you being able to do anything that you want when it comes to romance, being gay, lesbian, straight. You could be trans, technically. You can have sex with a bear. They're the most powerful people in Baldur's Gate is a lesbian couple, and that was all fine. But Tomodachi Life, because it's developed by Nintendo, we can't have options. So stupid. It's so stupid. So yeah. So after this video, I'm done with talking about the grifters. I'm done talking about identity politics when it comes to video games. Unless if a big story pops up and I have to talk about it, or I guess I don't have to talk about shit. Really, I'm done. And I know this video is gonna find the wrong group of people. I know it's gonna get downvoted to hell because it's the type of people who support people like Smash JT who doesn't deserve his fame. Those are the type of people who are gonna find it, which I don't care. Like, downvote me all I want, all you want. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and you're not gonna stop me from saying it. And I feel like people like me should exist because from what I've learned on this platform is that people are afraid to say what is on their mind in fear of getting scrutinized by a group of people. But that just makes you weak. And I get it. You want your AdSense. You want your money. But, like, if you need to skew your message and skew your thoughts to make more money, then that is dirty money. All right? And I've learned this very much as well from my D&D channel. I've made videos that are definitely controversial, but I get a lot of comments on those controversial videos talking about, like, I'm glad somebody said this, or like, I've been thinking about this, but I have not wanted to talk about it publicly because I feel like I'm going to get scrutinized. Or, you know, people saying that they are glad that I made a video talking about the subject or talking about the person, despite what the majority of the group, or at least the most loud people of the group, will say against what your thoughts are. And I'm not going to live my life that way, and neither should you. So if this video gets downvoted to hell, I don't care. It's not going to change how I think. The only times I'm going to change how I think is when information comes out about certain things that I know I was wrong about. But most of the time, nah. Editing Skylar here. I want to clarify that statement I made. Opinions are allowed to change. Opinions do change. It changes for everybody. But opinions should only change when you're given new information and you could then make a new conclusion based off of that information, and if it's going towards a better goal. And I will still stand by what I say, especially when I know I'm right. And I know that I'm trying to be the best person I can be. And there are some things that won't change about what I think. And I just think these types of people, these types of grifters, are not out for what's best for everybody. They are out to gatekeep. They are out to criticize, and they are out to shove people out that they deem unworthy of the space. And it's just shitty. So that's where I stand on grifters and on me making these types of videos and speaking out against these types of people, even if these videos find the audience that actually support them. Either I'll change some minds, or hopefully I'll just get the word out, or my numbers get boosted from hate views. Whatever the fuck happens, happens.